Good morning all, welcome to our next class. Today we are starting our new chapter, Motion and Laws of Motion. And we have to discuss about what is the laws of motion, Newton's law of motion. That is, a moving body has some properties and basing on Newton deriving three laws of motion. And these three laws are discussing in this chapter, motion and laws of motion. Before this, we have doing some problems that is based on the equations of motion. In the previous class, we have discussed about the equations of motion. There are three equations of motion, and based on that, there are some problems. Problem is basing on a moving body. Maybe a problem that giving the initial velocity, the final velocity, acceleration, time taken to travel, and the displacement of a body. These 5 points are basing on a moving body. And each of the problems sometimes give any of 2 terms in this. Otherwise, it gives 3 terms. And based on the terms that giving the problem, we are selecting which is the equation that is used to doing this problem. And in our textbooks, there are 4 problems that is in workout, and each of this problem, that each problem is giving initial velocity, final velocity, or the time taken to travel, the displacement, and in some problems there is find out the acceleration of the body. And we have equations to finding each one of these points. And there is a problem that is a car starting from rest travels 100 meters in 5 seconds with uniform acceleration. Find the acceleration of the car. So first of all, read what is the problem and write the points that given in the problem. That is a car starting from rest. So the initial velocity of the body is u is equal to 0 because the body is at rest. And the body travels 100 meters. So the displacement of the body that cover s is equal to 100 meters. And with a uniform acceleration in 5 seconds. So the time taken to travel is t is equal to 5 seconds. So we have some measures in that giving the problem, that is the starting velocity or the initial velocity u is equal to 0, and the distance or displacement cover is s is equal to 100 meter, and the time taken for traveling is 5 seconds. So using this, we want to find out the acceleration of the body. So we have to use the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here a denotes the acceleration of the body. We want to find the acceleration of the body. So first of all, putting all of the values that given in the problem, that is s is 100 meter, u is 0, so 0 into 5 plus half a into t square, that is a into 5 square. So 100 is equal to, this term is comes to 0, so half a into 25. And rearranging this, we got that 2 into 100 is equal to 25a. From this, 200 is equal to 25a, and a is equal to 200 divided by 24, which is equal to a meter per second square. So from here we got that the acceleration of the body in 5 seconds with a starting velocity of 0, and the acceleration of that body is 8 meter per second. Like this, all of these problems are basing the equations of motion. The given values are written on one side of the paper, and identify which is the equation we want to use. What is the term we want to find? So here we want to find the term acceleration, and the given values are in the terms of displacement, time and initial velocity. That's why we are using S is equal to ut plus half at square for doing this problem. And in next problem, an object starting from rest travels with an acceleration of 5 meter per second square. What will be its velocity after 3 seconds? So we want to find out the final velocity, because a body is moving, a body is in rest, it covers a distance with an acceleration 5 meter per second square, but there is no in final velocity in the time taken to travel is 3 seconds. So the given values are, first of all write the given values and find out which equation of motion is using to find out the problem. So the given values are, the object is starting from rest. So the initial velocity is 0. U is equal to 0. And travels with an acceleration of 5 meter per second square. So A is equal to 5 meter per second square. And what will be its velocity after 3 seconds? So the body is moving in 5 meter per second acceleration in a time of 3 seconds. So we want to find what is the velocity at the ending time, or what is the final velocity of the body. So we have an equation, V is equal to U plus AT. So substituting, U is 0, A into T, that is 5 into 3, which is equal to 15. So the velocity, the initial final velocity of this body is 15 meter per second. So the given values are the initial velocity, that is in rest because it is 0. The time taken to travel 3 seconds, and the acceleration is 5 meter per second square. So the given values are in the terms of UAT. So take the relation of the equation from the Newton's equations and use that equation to doing this problem. So I think all of you understand about how to identify which is the equation that you should to find out in the problems. First of all, write the given values and identify which one is the equation. And there are some problems in your textbooks that are worked out. And just read and understand how to identify the equations that are used to find out in the values. And next we have to discussing our new chapter, that is motion and laws of motion. For discussing this, we have some images. So first of all, you want to see what are the images. In this figure, we can see that a boy who is standing in a skating board, and a girl who sits in a chair and try to put the chair, and a toy car. There is two thumbs that is that giving force on that toy car, and this is a force that is balanced force. And in the next slide, we can see that a rope is in the hands of two persons, and there is two forces in two sides. In one side that is 15 Newton and other side that is 30 Newton. There is a change of force, and a bird is in flying. An upper force of 16 Newtons and downward force is 25 Newton. And a small image of a vehicle's movement and a rocket, motion of a rocket. And this all of these images showing a different newtons in upward and downward. or opposite directions. So here is an unbalanced force discussing in all of these images. Okay, that is in the first and second cases we can see a lot of images. That is it. That is based on the daily life. In the second figure, we want to see that there is a changing amount of force. That is, force is expressing in the terms of Newton. And in first figure, there is equal force in two sides. Equal force in two sides. But in next image, we can see that different forces in two sides. So there is a changing force in the unbalanced force and a same force in the balanced force. So based on the balanced and unbalanced condition, there is a work is done in one case, there is no work done in other case. So in the first case, there is equal force in two sides, upward or downward or all of the opposite direction, there is a same force acting. So there is no work is done. But in the second case, there is a changing force is applying opposite direction so that there is a work is done. So in a balanced force, there is no work is done, but in an unbalanced force acting between objects, there is a work is done. So here is a difference between the balanced force and unbalanced force. A balanced force is that there is equal force that is acting in opposite directions. That's why there is no work is done. But in unbalanced force, there is a force is acting on opposite direction and the acted force is different newtons. So the amount of force applying here or acting here is different. That's why there is a work is done. So one is balanced force and other one is unbalanced force. So we want to define what is a balanced force and unbalanced force through slide. Balanced force. If the total force on the resultant force on a body is 0, the applied forces are called balanced force. Such forces can neither move a body at rest nor stop a body in motion. That is, in balanced force, the total or the resultant force acting on a body is 0 because there is equal amount of forces acting in opposite directions. So the opposite direction is makes the resultant force comes to 0. So these types of applied forces are known as balanced forces. And this force neither move a body at rest nor stop a body in motion because this force having no role to doing a work. In unbalanced force, when an unbalanced force is applied on a body, there will be a change in its state of rest or the direction of motion or speed. An unbalanced force is acting on an object with different amount of force. That is, there is a change of force in opposite direction. That's why this force change the state of rest of a body, the direction of motion of a body, and also changing the speed of a body. So I think all of you understand about what is a balanced force and what is unbalanced force. In balanced force, there is equal force is acting opposite direction. That's why the resultant force is comes to 0. But in unbalanced, there is unequal amount of force is acting opposite side. That's why there is a resultant force. That's why the unbalanced force is making a work done. It can change the state of rest of a body and changing the speed of motion of a body and in one state of a body. But the balanced force can neither change a body's rest, no speed, etc. So I think all of you understand what is a balanced force and what is unbalanced force. Okay. And in text you can see the different examples showing balanced force and unbalanced force. And next we have to discuss the topic through slide. That is based on the balanced and unbalanced force and the changing rest or motion of a body, Galileo having an observation. And this slide we have to discuss about what is the observation of Galileo. A body in motion doesn't need an external unbalanced force for it to continue in its state of rectilinear uniform motion. So this is the observation of Galileo, and this figure we can see that a ball comes to a slide to and it going to the next sliding. So there is no need of a force that sliding over the second slider. That is saying Galileo, a body in motion doesn't need an external unbalanced force to continue its state of rectilinear uniform motion, because the body is moving from one slider to another one. There is no external force when it goes to the second slider. Okay, that is, we are saying that an unbalanced force is changing the state of rest of a body. And in some cases, there is no need of an external unbalanced force for changing the motion of a body. This have an internal force for changing its own state. So in all of these cases, in some cases there is need to be an external unbalanced force changing the position of a body or motion of a body of state of rest. But in some cases, there is no need of external unbalanced force for changing the state of a body. That is the observation of Galileo. And I think all of you understand about what is the observation through that image. And in this, we can discuss that sometimes an internal force does not making a body changing its state of rest. But in some cases, it's changing the position or its state. That is, a man is in a vehicle, he tends to move in the vehicle, stand inside the vehicle. But there is no need, there is no chance to move the state of rest. There is no chance to changing the state of rest of that vehicle. There is need to changing the state of rest of that vehicle, only an external unbalanced force is getting to it. There is an internal force is giving that man, but there is no change in the position of that vehicle. But in the Galileo's observation, there is no external unbalanced force. There is an internal force that makes the object changing its state of rest or state of motion. So, in some cases, the internal force is acting to changing the position of object, but in some cases, the internal force doesn't act to changing the state of rest of a body. Okay. And next, we have to discuss about what is the law of motion. What is the first law of motion? Newton's first law of motion, that is Newton's first law is basing only a body is in a state of rest. A body is in a state of rest. This body getting a force, an external unbalanced force, it's changing its state of rest to another state. That is a state of rest to state of motion. That is a force is applying on this rested object, it changes its position and it moving its position from here to here. That is, here that body is placing in a point at A force is applying on this body. It changes its position from A to B. That is, here is the point B, and first of all, it is at rest in the point A. A force is applying on this body. It changing the position from A to B, and it is based on what is the actual force is acting here. So we want to defining what is Newton's first law of motion. This slide. Newton's first law of motion. Every object continue in its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line unless an unbalanced external force acts on it. This is Newton's first law of motion. That is, a body is in a state of rest or uniform motion. It is continuing its state when an external unbalanced force is getting to it. And an external unbalanced force is getting to it, it changes its position. That is, it changes its state. So, this is saying Newton's first law of motion. And in this figure, you can see that a ball is in a state of rest. And a force is getting on that ball is comes to changing the state of the ball. That the first state is at rest, and getting a force, it changes to its state, that is rest to motion. So an external unbalanced force is needed here to moving the ball from rest to its position. So I think all of you understand about what is the figure showing. And this is the Newton's first law of motion. Okay. So Newton's first law of motion is that when an external unbalanced force is needed, to changing a body's state of rest. In each of the body, it needs an external unbalanced force to changing its state of rest. This is all over saying Newton's first law of motion. Okay, I think all of you understand what is Newton's law of motion. And today we are discussing about unbalanced force and balanced force. A balanced force is a force that acts in opposite direction but is in same amount. That's why it doesn't doing a work. It cannot change the state of rest or uniform motion of a body. But an unbalanced force is the force acting on opposite direction and the force is unequal. That's why the force can doing a work. So there are so many examples basing balanced force and unbalanced force. And we are discussing about what is the observation of Galileo. Galileo says that there is no need of an external unbalanced force for a body that is moving in rectilinear position. And all over the Galileo's observation, Newton formulated 3 laws. In the first law, Newton describes that a body wants to change its state of rest or uniform motion. There is a need of external unbalanced force. So this is all over today's class. I think all of you understand about what is Newton's first law and all of the other. Thank you.